Nature of this house is beautiful. I really like it. I mean, there are symbolic things about it that are just beautiful. They help me. I mean, they're very, very helpful. Okay, now we're going to go downstairs to the basement here. And another thing I want you to look at the steps and look at how these steps here and those steps there are white. Now if we count them, this will be 1, 2, 3, and 2 and 3 are both prime numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? Or we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that would be, this means that this would be 7 and 9. Okay, and this would be 1 and 2. Okay. Now they're naturally this way for a reason. Okay, for some natural reason these ended up like this. We could also count these. See, this is 4, 1, and 2. Okay. We'll talk more about this because there is a natural reason why the steps are this way. Okay. All right, so we're going downstairs. Okay. All right, so I wanted to mention that I did use I used a scrub brush to clean this room. See, I cleaned all the cobwebs out, and I need to order a few more different kinds of scrub brushes. See, I can't. With the scrub brush I have, I can't get in there and scrub it comfortably. So I haven't completely cleaned the room yet. I mentioned that I threw out that classic vacuum somebody left out for someone to just have. They left it out in front of their house, and so I used it. And then I discovered I was uncomfortable with it, and I threw it away. Okay, so I ended up washing this with a scrub brush with soap and water. The whole room is very clean. Okay, but I have a few more areas I have to clean, but I can't do it until I get this special equipment. I also need a ladder to scrub it, you know. And also in this room has more piping and wires. See, there's more wires. And so I haven't cleaned it yet because I have to get a few different kinds of scrub brushes before I can clean it. I don't want to damage any of the wires. See all the wires there? They're running all through the floor in this room, or through the ceiling in this room. From the upstairs perspective, this is the floor. From the downstairs perspective, this is the ceiling. The wires are all throughout the ceiling in here, and I don't want to damage any of them. So I decided to just wait. I dusted it a little bit and I cleared the cobwebs and everything, but for deep cleaning, I'm waiting until I get the special equipment, and then I'll go ahead and clean it, give it a deep cleaning. Okay, so here we have a room. We can consider rows and columns. See, here's columns, and we can also consider rows. And here we have a pillar. See, this gas pipe is a pillar. Okay? All right, now I mentioned that we've had a few fluxes in time, and we went through stages with different parents, okay? Then we got to a later stage where something else happened, okay? And these parents kind of remained. Okay, during these stages, Ryan had taken from me. He took from me a pillar. See, I had developed my goals and charts for my many different lifetimes. And I had developed a pillar. And Ryan took my pillar from me. Okay? Now, that's part of the reason why my life ended up the way it did. There are other things that happened. Okay, now while I was here I was in Canton, at this homeless shelter. There was a few different shelters I was at, okay? And I had even moved into a few different places already. And my life fluxed and changed, and I was back in the shelter as if I never moved out at all. Okay? And then, for some reason, when we were looking at this house to move in, Ryan arrived here from see, here's a plane. Okay? Plane, trains, and ships, okay? Ryan arrived from a spiritual plane. And he tried to prevent me from having a home again. He wanted to prevent me from having a home again. But this time, he failed and he lost his head. Okay? Now we're going to talk about head development in later videos. But Ryan took a pillar from me long, long ago. However, he didn't lose his head until now. Okay? Now he lost his head. So here we have a spiritual gas pipe. See, we can consider the oil wells and petroleum and gas. Okay? Now, once again, it's very observable that this could be behind the wood wall, but for some peculiar reason, it's not, because it is that spiritual. This is spiritual, okay? Okay. Spirituality has to do with helping evil to fail. Religiousness has to do with helping good to prevail. Religious, good prevailing. Spiritual, evil failing. This has to do with evil failing, okay? So we can consider the funny gas burner that's a stovetop burner that was in our family cabin, okay? And how Lisa, aka Grandma, there's a mystery and a puzzle going on there. Lisa Wagaman, Margaret Sandage Roberts. Okay, there's a puzzle. However, Lisa lost her head there, okay? Okay, so we can consider all those years of going to the family cabin and cooking on that gas stovetop and how spiritual it was, okay? Because it really did help evil to fail, okay? All right, so would like you to look at my activity room here, because I would look forward to my spirit guides teaching me about good activities that we could do that are just good for us. I can make a quilt. I could put quilting equipment in here and make a quilt like Mom does. From what I understand, she yet makes quilts in her home. You know, every now and then she puts out her quilt stands and she makes a quilt. Okay, and I could do other things in here also. My spirit guides are going to help me, okay? But one thing I wanted to point out to you is that I went ahead and ordered. This is a brass armillary. See, this is the zodiac here. You take this out, and then you could adjust it. See, it has little numbers on it, and then you turn this around and adjust it and put it back in. And then you could turn this and read see how this changes and goes from there to there. Here there's markings, and then you could, in your journal or whatever, you can make these calculations with the stars, okay? So here I have a globe with the constellations on it, and here I have a globe with the world, and how the land is developed on it. The stars somehow ended up this way after fluxes in time. The land somehow ended up this way after fluxes in time. Now here, these things are very spiritual also, but they're also fundamental with doing good activities that are good for our mind. On to my next video.